is Brian.
Jason.
And this is the Perfectly Screwed Podcast. Okay, well, if I know my fans have noticed that we have not been on for a couple weeks because I did get a message or two about me not posting. The reason is I got hurt at work, so we haven't done an episode for about 3 weeks or 4 because I got hurt, so I haven't been doing anything. It's my own laziness. I apologize. But I did post 2 episodes today, so for all of you that have been jonesing, all 8 of you.
Yeah, you wiped out at work.
I did. I mean, it's amazing. We got 8 listeners, and these 8 continually write me to tell me how they're not getting new episodes. I apologize.
They're like the people that you work with, dude. Like, fuck this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're
fine.
Care if you're down for the count.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Stop being a bitch.
Get up.
Get up. Get back to work. Stop being a little cunt.
You want to lay down? That's what breaks are for.
Yeah. What the fuck you relaxing out for? Got machines to clean, goddammit. Got time for this shit. No, actually, they were very understanding about it and very polite, most of them. But, yeah, they were cool about it. They got me to medical attention and got me taken care of. I didn't get hurt too bad. I just bruised myself pretty decently. So, Biden did a State of the Union. I don't know if you heard anything about it. Republicans are all saying he lied. I watched some of it. I didn't think it was that bad.
No, I didn't.
I thought it was okay. I mean, he was a little bit on the, much on the campaign trail, and he did compare Trump to Hitler. But
Really?
Well, he kind of. He compared Trump. Well, he compared Putin to Hitler. He said that Roosevelt or whoever, I think it was Roosevelt. Wasn't it Roosevelt that was during World War II? It was Roosevelt, right? Almost positive. But he went before Congress to get them to initiate the involvement in World War II and show them that Hitler is such a threat. And he said, and now, today, I come before Congress again to show you such a threat in Putin. And I'm thinking, Putin only invaded Ukraine so far, bud. I mean, it's a little unfair comparison. Hitler was a crazy man. You know, Ukraine used to be part of Russia. So really, it's almost like we're involving ourselves in a civil war, really.
I mean, I just don't know. I don't pay enough attention. Like, what's it like in Russia?
I mean, it's actually, from everything I've seen, Russia ain't bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they basically have the same shit we do. Grocery stores and, you know, everything we got.
Plus Hitler in World War II, like, the technology wasn't what it was.
Right.
And our armed forces were starting to take a back seat to the Nazis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not the same. That's definitely not the same. Like, we're probably, you know, I mean, Russia's armed forces may be just as good as the United States, but they're not going to be better.
Right. Well, they've got more people. But the thing is, we're not actually actively
is Russia exterminate? You know what I'm saying? Are they exterminating people? Like, I don't know.
No, they just invaded Ukraine. But like I said, the Ukraine used to be part of Russia, and then they seceded from Russia and formed their own country. So, like I'm saying, it's kind of a civil war situation. Really, you're fighting a war, and actually, we're not really technically involved. We haven't sent troops over there or anything like that. We're just giving them a little money and some weapons so they can defend themselves. Really, I think we should just leave it alone myself.
Right.
Because just let them do what they do. Let Russia take the Ukraine back and be done with it. But we can't do that because, you know, we're partners with Ukraine or whatever. So,
I guess my thing is, too, like, when Nazi Germany was a thing, I mean, they had to be dealt with because
well, he tried to invade
they're trying
a lot of countries.
Well, and my thing is now, like, if you look at it, if there's a country out there that just goes and invades motherfuckers and takes whatever the fuck they want, it's us.
Right.
And so at what point does, like, Russia and fucking China get together and they're like, we got to stop these motherfuckers?
Right.
The same way that we had to stop Nazi Germany.
Right.
I don't know, you know what I mean? Like,
because it's
But
a
business.
tad bit hypocritical when we went to Iraq,
right.
Iran, Saudi Arabia,
Absolutely.
Afghanistan, and said, no, the Taliban isn't taking over. Fuck you. We're going to decide,
Right.
Who runs this country.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a little bit hypocritical when Russia's doing basically the same thing. But then the point is after Biden said this, he said, but then we got a guy running who just tells Putin to do whatever he wants. So basically, he's saying that Trump is compared to, helping Hitler out.
Right.
And it's like, that's a little bit of an unfair comparison, guy. And also, in defense of Trump, the fact that, first of all, that they even convicted him in New York City of that fraud charge is ridiculous. Let's just put that out there to begin with. Okay, I'm not pro or negative Trump, but the thing is, every businessman does that sort of thing. Okay? First of all, for the judge to sit there and say the Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida is only worth $18 million is ridiculous as hell.
Right.
Okay? Trump said it's worth $100 million, and that seems like a more logical thing.
Yeah.
I've been to golf courses, and that's a really nice golf course and resort.
Yeah.
That's not worth $18 million, bud. Right? I mean, the Misdemeanor Country Club here in Marion is probably worth more than $18 million.
Right.
If you can go buy a golf course in Florida for $18 million, I want to know where the hell you're shopping.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to go get one.
100%.
Right. Because, look, you're not getting one. So $100 million is more reasonable, first of all. Secondly, all businesses inflate their value slightly to get better loan deals.
Right.
Okay, it's a normal business practice that businesses have done forever. Secondly, he didn't do any. Where's the fraud? He paid back his investors. He paid back the banks. He paid back all the people that he was supposed to pay back. So where's the fraud?
Right.
I don't understand where you get fraud. He didn't cheat anybody out of any money. And for you to find him, and on top of that, they fined him $355 million. That's an asinine fine
Yeah.
for a little bit of lying, motherfucker.
Right. Wow.
I mean, Jesus Christ. That's a big fine for inflating your assets a little bit.
Yeah. That's fine.
I mean,
355
so,
million.
right. And the Attorney General of New York, who was bringing the case against him, clearly is anti-Trump. She said it from the very beginning of her, or one of her election campaigns was, I'm going to get Trump if I'm elected. Okay, you're telling me she's not biased at all, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
no, not at all. No. I mean...
It is what it is, dude. People love him and they fucking hate him.
I mean, I'll give you, there's a lot of things I can say bad about the man, but that right there is kind of bullshit. He was railroaded on this charge. I mean, did he probably do the January 6th thing? Yeah, I'll give you that one. Okay, did he keep documents he shouldn't have kept? Yeah, I'll give you that one too. But this one, I think, is a bogus charge, personally. My opinion, they fucked him on this one.
Right.
But anyways, so what are we going to do today there, Jason, so we can get to the topic at hand, not Trump and Biden and the State of the Union lies?
Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley. Mr. Crowley. You know, the funny thing about Aleister is he was born in 1875, and I believe he died in 1947. So, but he was a mega influence on a lot of rock bands in the 70s.
Yeah.
That's the interesting thing. That's why he's so... one of the reasons he's so well known in popular culture, not to mention that he was just the wildest shit, but he was a very big influence. Rolling Stones put him on the cover of an album. Led Zeppelin had a lot of songs which they mentioned Crowley, and including Stairway to Heaven. He was influenced of that song. Ozzy, of course, Black Sabbath. They did, Mr. Crowley. So, he was a big
lot
influence.
of mystical shit.
Yeah, he was. In fact, he was. Weird. Well, shit.
I mean, he became popular when drugs that opened up your mind became popular.
Well, he was the first one to start doing drugs that opened up your mind. But he was also, for many people, he was known as the most wicked man in the world.
Right.
And the Beast. Some people called him the Beast, 666. Some people think he was a revolutionary, and that his ideas and his theories and his books were actually revolutionary in their beginnings.
I mean, he understands. He understands how the world works. I mean, he understands real magic.
Yes, yeah, he thought he did anyways. Whether magic's real or not, he believed it was.
Right. Well, it's what you would perceive as magic if you don't understand exactly, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, he did some fucked up shit, dude.
So, his real name was Edward Alexander Crowley. He took the name Aleister Crowley later in life. He was born on October 12th, 1875. He died December 1st, which is my birthday, 1947. He was an occultist, a philosopher, a ceremonial magician, a poet, a painter, a novelist, and a mountaineer. What's a mountaineer? Is it someone who climbs mountains?
That's what I would think.
I would assume. So he founded the religion of Thelema? Let's see what that is. I'm going to see what that religion is. Okay, Thelema is a Western esoteric and occultic social and spiritual philosophy. It was founded in the early 1900s by Aleister Crowley, and is the idea of discovering and following one's true will, a unique purpose and calling that goes beyond ordinary desires. Crowley's system begins with the Book of Law, text he said was dedicated to him by an entity named Aiwass. The foundational work lays out key principles including central axiom, to what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. The principle emphasized personal freedom in the pursuit of one's true path while being guided by love and finding one's authentic purpose. Okay. It's part of the Egyptian, it's drawn from Egyptian religion, and their deity is Nuit, a naked woman covered in stars. Okay.
I mean,
crazy.
Yeah.
Just insanity, just so far. Okay. So, Aleister Crowley identified himself as a prophet and said he was entrusted with guiding humanity into the Eon of Horus in the early 20th century. I think he failed.
right? I mean,
I don't think he guided anybody anywhere. We're definitely not in the Eon of Horus. I don't know about you, but
yeah, I don't know.
Okay, he was a prolific writer, and he published widely over the course of his life. Let's see. He was, what the hell? So he was born to a wealthy family. So his family was rich, and they lived in Royal Leamington Spa, Warwickshire. So England. He's English, yes. At first, Crowley was very devoted. His family was fundamentalist Christian Plymouth Brethren, and if you know anything about his father was a preacher. His grandfather was a preacher in this fundamentalist Christian Brethren society.
Right.
And these people are very, very strict, extremely strict. Like they believe anything of excess anything that brings you pleasure in life is sinful. So if you eat more than you need to survive, they believe it's a sin.
Right.
If you have sex with your wife, except to reprocreate, that's sinful. Anything that feels good to these people are sinful. So they were a very, very strict Christian sect. And Crowley was in this at a very young age and was actually very dedicated. Which is funny because later on he became the exact polar opposite of this. Right. But see, at a certain age, I think he was in his young 12 years old, 13 I believe I read. He went to live with his uncle in a different part of England. They sent him off to live with his uncle. And his uncle wasn't in this whole religious nonsense sect. So his uncle let him do all kinds of things. His uncle would let him drink at 12 years old, got him his first prostitute at 15 so he could lose his cherry.
Right.
Introduced him to all this fucking otherworldly shit.
Yeah.
And when Crowley came back, he was completely different. And his mom was like, where'd my little Christian boy go? And he was a wild motherfucker that was like, I'm not listening to your nonsense because I got some pussy. All right, fuck you.
Because what you guys believe is nonsense.
Right. Well, he got that cherry busted by a hooker, and he was like, you know what? Fuck that.
Yeah. Like, why?
I got some schnapps and a hooker. Fuck you.
Right. Why is this worse than that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah. So he's not wrong.
Mm. So, he started pursuing a interest in Western esotericism, which is what he eventually based his religion on. He went to Trinity College at the University of Cambridge, where he focused his attention on mountaineering and poetry. I still want to know, I didn't know you could go for college for mountaineering.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't know
West
that was
Virginia Mountaineers.
I didn't know that was a study. Like,
right.
Maybe in the late 1800s, mountaineering was a popular vocation. I don't know.
I mean, I think
I don't really know what mountaineering
you
is.
can go to school for just about anything.
Look up mountaineering.
Yeah, it
See if you can
is.
figure it
It's
out.
the sport or activity of climbing mountains.
Right, and he went to college for that and poetry.
Well,
So it must have been a popular activity in the late 1800s.
right.
He was also recruited into the British intelligence agency during this time. And he remained a spy, as far as they know, throughout most of his life, although it's never been confirmed. But of course, if you're a good spy, it probably wouldn't be confirmed that you're a spy.
Right.
I mean, you're not really,
It's not something you're trying to confirm.
No, it's not like it's publicized.
Yeah.
Here's 007. Yes, we know who he is, and we know what he's doing. Not a very good spy then, are you, bub? In 1898, he joined the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, where he was trained in ceremonial magic by Samuel Liddell McGregor, Mathers, and Alan Bennett. He studied Hindu and Buddhist practices in India. In 1904, he married Rose Edith Kelly, and they honeymooned in Egypt. And Crowley claimed that on his honeymoon, he was contacted by a supernatural entity in Egypt named Aiwass. And that this supernatural entity from the, what he considers the multiverse or the other realm, he called it the other realm, he dictated him the Book of Law, a sacred text that served as the basis for his religion, Thelema. The book declared that his followers should do what thou wilt and seek to align themselves with their true will through the practice of ceremonial magic. So basically, their basis of this religion was you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, well,
just do it.
it's just
If it feels good, just do
what's
it.
the ceremonial magic is what I want to know. You know what I mean? Are they drinking ayahuasca? Are they?
I'm sure we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, are they? I mean, what?
But just do
They're
what
talking
you will.
about,
Just do it, Jason.
but they're
Feels
talking
good.
about do as you will, but you're supposed to. The ceremonial magic is supposed to give you what that will is. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm starting to like the religion already.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I like it. Yeah. Do it. Feels good. Get it. Get on.
I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody else.
I think Nike stole it from him. Just do
That's
it.
right.
Yeah, they stole his fucking theories.
But like, as
Bastards.
far as like do anything you want, I don't think that's exactly true. Because I don't think we're talking about, hey, go do anything you want, go fucking rape, murder. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're talking about.
Uh-huh. Well,
Follow your path. Find your path, follow it.
okay, so when he came back from his uncle's, his mother was named Emily Bertha, and she described him as the Beast. And
Well, she would.
yeah, and he reveled in the name, actually. He said, I am the Beast. You don't even know.
Right, I'm a beast.
He said, you don't know what I'm capable of. I am the Beast. That's what he told his mother. So, his father died when he was 11 years old of tongue cancer, interestingly enough.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what exactly. Well, in 1887, there probably wasn't much treatment for any type of cancer. So I guess you can get cancer anywhere. Although,
That had to suck.
well, you don't really hear about tongue cancer
No.
too often. It's not really a cancer you get, that often. I mean, you think they could have just cut his tongue out and been done with the shit.
I can honestly probably tell you this might be the first time I've ever heard tongue cancer.
Yeah. So Crowley described this as a turning point in his life because he had always admired his father and described him as his hero and friend. At this time, he inherited a third of his father's wealth, and this is when he began misbehaving at school. They removed him from school when he developed a disease known as albuminuria, which I gotta look what the fuck that is. It's a condition wherein the protein albumin is abnormally present in the urine, is a type of proteinuria.
Huh.
This is a major plasma protein in healthy people, and only trace amounts are present in the urine. But patients with this particular disease, large amounts are in the kidneys, and it can cause kidney disease.
Oh, wow.
So that's what that was. So he had that, and they removed him from school. He then attended Malvern College, and he despised and left the college after a few terms. He became increasingly skeptical at a very young age, in his 20s, of Christian philosophy. He pointed out biblical inconsistencies and contradictions, which, yeah, we've all been there.
Right,
right?
we've all done that.
You're not the
Right.
first one, right?
Right.
Yeah. You're not saying there's inconsistencies and
Yeah.
contradictions
Gotta
in the
be
Bible.
kidding. No
you
shit.
don't say. Yeah. He figured this out in the 1800s, and people are still preaching this nonsense today.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll go with it. Then he pointed
But
out...
because he was the first,
Yeah.
he's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's the beast.
He's the beast. He even pointed this out to his religious teachers, and they punished him harshly. And so he went against Christian morality and his upbringing. He started smoking, masturbating, including masturbating in public.
Yes. Yes.
And having sex with numerous prostitutes, where he contracted gonorrhea. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so, though.
Right.
You keep fucking whores, you're going to get that problem.
That's great.
So he went to live in East Bern, and he took chemistry courses. He developed interest in chess, poetry, and mountain climbing. He climbed a bunch of mountains. He climbed Beachy Head, the Alps, and he joined the Scottish Mountaineering Club. So when he went to Cambridge, he adopted the name Alistair over Edward in 1895 and began a 3-year course in Trinity College at Cambridge, where he entered the moral science tripos studying philosophy. He also changed his major to English literature. He spent much of his time at the university engaged in the chess club, and he considered being a professional chess player. He also embraced a love of literature and poetry. Let's see. He had his first mystical experience, he claims, while on holiday in Stockholm in December of 1896. He also had his first same-sexual experience at this time. And he recognized that he was bisexual, he said at this time. So, even though he maintained a vigorous sex life with women, largely prostitutes, and eventually caught syphilis and gonorrhea from them.
Yes.
He also took part in same-sex activities, despite at the time it being illegal. In 1897, he met a man named Herbert Charles Pollitt, who was president of the Footlights Dramatic Club at Cambridge University and a crossdresser.
Okay.
Footlights Dramatic Club, really? Really?
Footlights.
Really? Not saying that you're probably gay if you belong to the Footlights Dramatic Club,
Fancy feet.
I'm just putting it out there. Just saying.
Right, Andy cross-dress.
Just
You got Alistair beating off in fucking public, bro. That is fucking hilarious.
Alistair stroking his
Christian
dick.
ways.
Alistair stroking his dick in Cambridge University Commons and fucking hookers.
Cross-dressers are walking by like, look at this beast.
This is why they call me the Beast, baby. Right here.
Nowhere does it talk about his fucking 12-inch soft dick.
Oh,
damn.
Jesus.
Alistair, you fucking bastard. Jesus Christ.
Fucking hookers, fucking cross-dressing dramatic club presidents.
They just,
fucking
and
beating
it
off.
just like happens to slide in there like, this is also where he picked up gonorrhea and syphilis. Thought we better slide that in there real quick. You know what I mean?
Just a side note.
Jump to any conclusions about what type of guy we're talking about here. He didn't just beat off in public. He also attracted
Gonorrhea and syphilis from
from all
hookers.
the fucking whores. Well done, sir.
So,
No wonder all the fucking 70s rock bands love this guy. No shit.
he was a rock star before rock stars existed.
He was.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. So, anyways, when he met this Herbert Pollitt, he started a relationship with him. But they soon broke apart, and Pollitt didn't share Crowley's, because Pollitt didn't share his interest in the occult and Western esotericism.
Right.
But Crowley wrote many poems about Herbert and said that he regretted the breakup for years. So that ass must have been good, is all I'm going to say.
Right.
He must have been liking pounding that potent nacha papata.
He liked the footlight.
Yeah, he liked the footlights.
Yeah.
So, after the relationship, Crowley traveled to St. Petersburg in Russia, later saying that he was trying to learn Russian and he was considering a future diplomatic career. Also, he got a brief illness, which triggered considerations of morality and the futility of all human endeavors to Crowley. And he then abandoned all thoughts of a diplomatic political career. And he started pursuing interest in the occult. Okay. Well, now, at this point, when he starts pursuing interest in the occult, so that's his early life, and we're going to cut it off right now. And then we're going to pick it back up on the next episode and talk about actually some of his interest in the occult and some of the things he wrote. But we will see you next time.
All right, later.